BSc Chemistry Surface Coatings presented by Dr. Giridhar M, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, Department of Collegiate Education. So in this session we will be going to study oil paints. The contents are characteristics of good paint, oil paints, definition of oil paint, formulation of oil paint, vehicle or binder. So these are the things which we are going to study in this session. So let us start with paint, definition of paint. So paint may be defined as homogeneous fluid containing suspension of finely divided solid that dries up when applied on a surface. So here finely divided suspension, okay, it is a finely divided suspension of particles in a homogeneous fluid. So here we can say that these solids are nothing but pigments, okay, pigments which give color to the paint, which are suspended in a liquid known as binder or vehicle. Now the drying up of paint may be due to oxidation or evaporation and polymerization. So this is the definition of oil paint. Paint may be defined as homogeneous fluid containing suspension of finely divided solid that dries up when applied on a surface. The drying up of paint may be due to oxidation or evaporation and polymerization. Characteristics of a good paint. So it should have high covering power or hiding power. So when we apply paint to the surface must get good covering. High covering power should be there for paint. It should form thin, uniform, tough, adhesive and impervious film on the surface. So this is the second characteristic. It should provide glossy appearance. The film produced by paint should be washable. So if on the paint, if some marks are there, then it should be washable by using water. It should be inert to the atmosphere. So when applied onto a surface, it must not undergo oxidation with time. So if it undergoes oxidation or any other decomposition process, then that glossiness will be lost by the paint, and therefore we say that paint should be inert to the atmosphere. It should have good color and color should not fade easily. So, and last property is it should not crack or peel off from the surface. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಿತ್ತಳೆ ಹಣ್ಣಿನ ಸಿಪ್ಪೆನ ಹೀಗೆ ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಪೀಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಪೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So the paint should not crack or peel off from the surface. These are the characteristics of a good paint. Next we will move to oil paints. Oil paint is essentially a suspension of fine opaque particles of pigments in a fluid vehicle. So here the fluid is called as vehicle and the particles are suspended in this fluid. The chief function of suspended particle is to cover and protect, hide and decorate the applied surface. So paints are used for various purposes. One is to cover the surface, second one to protect the surface or cover or hide the surface, to decorate and also it is used for decoration purpose. Now the vehicle usually provide a bonding and protective film. So here vehicle will help this paint to form a film on the surface. Modern paints however contain more than these two components. So the main component of paint is pigment and vehicle. Okay, now in case of modern paints, many additives, many different additions are made in order to improve the quality of paint. The main ingredients of oil paint are vehicle or binder, pigment, dryers, thinners. So in addition, certain special ingredients such as extenders, anti-skinning agent, plasticizers are required for formulating paint. So in addition to this, these are the extenders or fillers, anti-masking, anti-skinning agent, plasticizers are also present in paint. But the main ingredients are vehicle or binder, pigment, dryers, thinners. So these are the main ingredients. In addition to this, other things may also present. Pigment formulation. The formulation contains one pigment and organic solvent. So here organic solvent is nothing but binder, or it is also called as vehicle, and from 10 to 80% by weight of wetting agent, consisting of a non-ionic organic compound which has a viscosity from 500 to 10,000 millipascal and has been produced by reacting an alkylated amide or formaldehyde reaction product and an epoxy resin, which may or may not be modified. So in the weight ratio of from 9:1 to 1:9. So they are used as additives in surface coating, binders, especially in cationic electrocoating finishes. So this is the content of paint. So one is pigment will be present, organic solvent will be present, and then around 10 to 80% wetting agent will be present. Wetting agent. And how this wetting agent is prepared, it is given here. So this is the formulation of pigment. So let us start with first one, vehicle or binder. So now what we will do is we will study each one. First one is vehicle or binder, and then we will study about next thing pigment, and then binders, thinners. So this contents of the paint one by one we will start studying in detail. So in that, first one is vehicle or binder. So drying oils like linseed oil, tung oil, soya bean oil, fish oil, and dehydrated castor oil are main binders in an oil paint. So that means we can easily say that oils are the vehicle or binder here. So these oils like linseed oil, tung oil, soya bean oil, fish oil, dehydrated castor oil. So these oils are not used as food ingredients. So that means we can easily say this food oils used in food are very costlier. Hence these oils like cheap oils like linseed oil, tung oil, soya bean oil, fish oil, dehydrated castor oil are the main binders in an oil paint. Chemically, these are glycerides of unsaturated organic higher fatty acid. So what we say for oils are especially they are triglycerides. Triglycerides of unsaturated organic higher fatty acids like oleic acid, linoleic acid, or ricinoleic acid. So this is the structure of oil. So this part forms the triglyceride and this forms the unsaturated fatty oil. So it may be saturated or unsaturated. In case of unsaturated, they are liquid, they form oils. When this R group is saturated, it will form fat. So here some of the examples include oleic acid, linoleic acid, and ricinoleic acid. So in simple, oils are nothing but triglycerides of unsaturated organic higher fatty acids. The RCOO units can be from various unsaturated fatty acids such as I rated oleic acid. Oleic acid is CH3, CH27, CH double bond CH, CH27, COH. That means oleic acid contains a single double bond, whereas linoleic acid contains two double bond. So reference. Thank you.